Hello，大家听得到吗？OK。Hello everyone. So today we are going to play Reverse 1999. Um,
September evening,
and there's some problem when I try to stream this game on Twitch. I find out the recording video is the quality is not good enough for my audience because they are lagging. So I will postpone any further plan on streaming on Twitch, that platform. So I will focus on streaming on YouTube for now until the technical issue have been taken care of. Okay. So I think some of you already know or watched the VOD that I upload from Twitch, which I'm sorry you have to suffer that. To be honest, I should check it before I check it more carefully before I upload it. Anyway, so I hope this stream will make up for it. And as you might know, this is not the actual day one for my Assassin's Creed and Reverse 1999 collaboration playthrough, but for you guys, I would want to restart this journey over again. Okay, so let's hope this stream will end up well. I hope I'm still very new to this, and it's quite a challenge for me as well, personal challenge for me as well, because every Saturday the stream will be in English, fully English during the chat, unless someone from the chat decide to ask me in Chinese, and then I will probably reply in Chinese. So that's basically for it. So without further ado, let's start it, okay? Now let's start with the PV.
This is taking too long. Have you finished sharpening that knife?
Soon. Signore, it's difficult to work with these cracked ribs. Not to mention this fever.
Stop whining and get to work.
All right. Forgive me, Signore.
Do you think Mr. Apple could regenerate if we only find his core?
What you're searching for isn't just any apple. It's a talking one. This golden apple could only be an offering to the gods.
These ribbons are not
Cassandra.
decorations. Someone used the Dionysias to infiltrate the city. I know this armor.
unbelievable. The key to the secret chamber.
Find it at all costs!
No!
Shh. Quiet. Stay close. Stick to the shadows.
Ezio.
Verden, watch out!
Nice.
You can't bring peace through destruction. Alexios.
Let's see. Okay, that's end of our PV, so let's not waste any time. So last time I actually played until chapter 10. But since we are going to restart this journey over again, so let's go back to the first chapter, okay? Practical of Chaos. So I never really play any game from
Oh my. We nearly walked into the rain without any protection.
the whole Assassin's Creed
Research
franchise.
told us to bring our
So
equilibrium umbrella.
No need for excess perspiration.
I don't have much
The rain
knowledge
you're
about
seeing is
it.
completely dissimilar to the storm.
But I
Just to find out
knew
accumulated
there's a
metals of
technique
ice, the
where
organs
you
through an
can
interferometer.
trace
It was
your
built to
blood
observe the
line
interaction
and
between
then
particular entities and
relieve
So
the
this device about our heads.
life
Into
of your
photos.
ancestor.
That's
That's
right.
the
We'll
technology
be
they
utilizing you
used
during our
in
experiment that, to
Assassin's
jog your
Creed
memory,
series.
You volunteered for.
And
Thanks for that, by the way.
then I'm more familiar with the whole reverse 1999 part. So they
Miss
basically
Regulus and Miss Sotheby already went and
try
found-
to
You'll probably find them in the world you're going to. Now, prepare for an enthralling
prevent
adventure.
the catastrophe called storm, which will erase the entire era when the storm coming. Okay. So let's see what they are planning for this collaboration. The two lab rats don't match the experimenters' enthusiasm.
The instruction book says this machine sends our minds to other worlds, and the destinations are particular to a time and place. Do I have that right?
Wow, you actually did your homework for once. Yep, it's true. These particular sorts of places have many names. Quantum superposition, simulated worlds, space-time bubbles. Call it whatever you like. I kind of like the name Stage in the Rain.
So I was wondering if the rim that acts saying referring to the storm.
Stage in the rain sounds lovely. This apple can't wait to visit a new world. Now, how do we begin? Are there any experimental procedures we must go through? Let me guess. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and walk clockwise in a circle 3 times.
X offers an amused laugh at Apple's natural humor.
No need. Besides, how would I get you to walk in a circle?
Circle? Yeah. Apple can't walk. He can only fly, float, whatever you call it.
Well, this apple doesn't see a problem. With that said, if you have no strict procedure, what exactly are you intending with this experiment? Is it a novel scientific experience, or just a jolly bit of fun?
X-Shrug.
Oh, it's a serious experiment. One in which I propose to examine the very randomness that we usually attempt to avoid. As you stand on the stage, breathing in and out, the raindrop's behavior should start to change.
Start to change. So, when the storm is coming, they will rain, of course. And then this phenomena won't last too long. Because when the rain stops, the raindrop from the ground will start to reverse. They will go up, back to the sky. So is the people and unprotected people and constructed. Basically, the storm is erasing the era of time, the particular area. So that caused a very chaotic phenomenon for the entire world. It's really strange. Consider in we are in 21st century, 20th century, and then suddenly across the sea because of the storm coming, and then the, let's say, United States go back to the 90s. So how do people interact with each other, or how do people manage to live with that kind of condition? Because the entire era is erased for that specific area. So I was wondering if that raindrop have something to do with the storm.
Because I'm breathing on the stage?
More precisely, because you exist on the stage. Go ahead.
Apple taps on one of the raindrops that hang in the air as if it were a miniature heart.
What?
The raindrops are chaotic at first, but a pattern emerges as they bounce and spin before the red fruit, giving off a soft glow. On the surface, they could be mistaken for any other raindrop, yet ancient secrets hide within their apparent randomness.
See? You're so much more than an external spectator. You were able to affect the system. Your actions, including your observations, no matter how inconsequential they may seem, can lead the system to produce unequivocally varied results. Alright, now...
Numbers pop up on the screen at a blinding pace. X widened his eyes to keep track.
Loading complete, subjects in position. Great. See you later. Have fun.
Is this how no. I was wondering if that's how the system that Assassin's Creed series franchise use, but apparently not. So yeah, the raindrop will go up. That's storm. So I guess this mimic the stage of storm, mimic the storm syndrome, or have something to do with the storm, the catastrophe. But I guess they kind of manage to have the power to control the storm somehow. The snoring fruit's consciousness travels through a dark, rainy area to arrive where he is now. Just as the rain patters disappears, he catches the sound of two distant voices.
And you're certain of this?
Unquestionably. Listen, what you hear now is the turbulence of air as it passes through its airway. As the soft tissues within vibrate, they produce a familiar sound. It is this condition is commonly reckoned to be caused by a disorder of black bile in the body. Though I would posit, anatomically speaking, that it is nothing more than the relaxation of throat muscles during deep slumber.
We know what snoring is. What we want to know is how an apple can snore.
Apple can snore.
Apple?
A strangely dressed man is standing by Apple's side, surrounded by a group of soldiers. The wall they form has blocked all the exits. With curiosity and caution in their eyes, the man and the soldiers stare at the helpless fruit who has been pinned on the altar.
Good day, gentlemen. I believe I owe you thanks for this generous hospitality, unusual as it may be.
Did you hear that? It appears to have spoken. If that's so, then no wonder it can snore.
Enough! Speaking, snoring, it doesn't matter. We didn't hire you to lecture us on medicine.
Hire, you say? That's an odd way of putting it, after you cracked my ribs and hauled me here from Milan. I think some might instead call that kidnapping. I think I've caught a fever.
Stop whining. We barely bruised you. It was probably just the bumpy roads on the way to Firenze.
Firenze? Am I in Italy? Gentlemen, may I ask...
You're the most curious apple I've ever known. Of course, we're in the great city of Firenze, Peninsula Italiana. These gentlemen you refer to here are known as the Templars. As for me, I am Leonardo da Vinci. Though please call me Leonardo.
Oh, I remember. Leonardo is Alliance ally of Ezio.
Wait, Leonardo?
The sun shining in front of the window illuminates the man's gentle smile.
You're Da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci, the great painter.
But please, as I said, I prefer just Leonardo. Leonardo the inventor or Leonardo the engineer? Perhaps even the anatomist. I should hope there is more to my reputation than just painting.
Wondering if this could work. Leonardo's smile doesn't waver at all as the blade of his scalpel glints under the sunlight.
Va bene. It's safe to conclude you must be the mythical apple they've been looking for. I've never heard of any other talking apples.
And I must conclude you are indeed the Leonardo da Vinci. Although, if I might ask, Leonardo, what are you planning to do with that scalpel? And might this apple request you... You see, pointing a knife at someone is seen as somewhat unfriendly where I'm from.
Sorry, I was adjusting the windows on my computer. Just give me a minute. No, I can't really adjust it, right? It's so annoying. Let's see if this works.
Please, do not worry, signore. This scalpel is a very delicate instrument, one of my favorites. Cold, sharp, and painless. One swift cut and it will find its way straight through the skin down to your core without spilling a drop of juice.
Leonardo leers closer to Apple.
Allow me to be honest with you and state things clearly. I have been asked to cut you into quarters so that I might record the makeup and consistency of your inner flesh. Crisp, I'd wager. Next, I'll soak your pieces, into a special solution so that I might... Oh, mi rincresce. I always get a bit excited whenever I start talking about my work. Now, hold still, Signore Golden Apple.
Leonardo reaches down toward the pinked apple, his smile increasingly less gentle and more wild.
Just a little slice.
Poor Mr. Apple.
Stop this madness. I'll have you know what you're about to do is a severe violation of the Geneva Convention.
What the devil are you talking about? I'm growing more and more curious about you.
The apple breaks free from his restraints and bounds around the room, but there is no way to hide, and the little fruit is eventually cornered.
Oh no, calm down. We can solve this in a civilized manner, can't we? Like proper gentlemen.
There is no need for propriety when dealing with witchcraft, like whatever created you. Now, if you want to save yourself some pain, I suggest you stop.
That's another thing that curious me, you know. The whole thing about the priest, the Christian, the Templar, which have something to do with the whole religion thing. Why would they want something they called identified as witchcraft? Isn't that something should be destroyed?
I feel like I'm in a nightmare. What in the world could you want with this apple for?
I can answer that. These gentlemen believe you to be the key to a rumored secret chamber. Of course, to prove their theory, they hired me to figure out just what it is that you are.
Leonardo bends down low as if about to pick him up, but instead he leans close and whispers.
I don't intend to hurt you. Just cooperate for now. Help is on the way.
Help?
Before Apple can say more, Leonardo straightened up and shake his head.
Oh, I do apologize, gentlemen. But I think there might have been a misunderstanding.
You expect us to believe that?
A motionless voice comes from the corner, followed by a towering man in the armor.
Perhaps you've forgotten. Months ago, a golden apple was found floating in the Arno by a fisherman. Being a faithful man, he brought it to the church. And there something strange happened.
Strange? What are you talking about? I'm only an apple.
The Templar commander raised his chin at Leonardo.
You, demonstrate for our guest.
Leonardo puts on a long face.
I've already demonstrated it 12 times.
The towering man rests his hand on the sword at his waist, tilting it forward with intent.
But of course, I would be glad to demonstrate once more, Signore.
Whoa! Please, be careful.
Leonardo picks up Apple and paces the room, trying to find the right angle beneath the sunlight. The soldiers are leaning against the wall, enjoying a reprieve from the heat outside. As soon as Leonardo raises Apple, however, they all stand straight and stare at him.
Found it. The perfect angle.
Leonardo walks to the fresco, looking at the blurred faces of the figures on it.
Who are they?
Personas conosciuta.
Their identity is plainly a mystery to everyone in the room. They do not appear to be the sort that would usually be recorded in the annals of history, and there is not even a subtle hint of their identity beyond their visage. Nothing that might indicate the artist's intent in depicting them, nor in choosing to paint them in what can only be abject sorrow.
Is that all? According to this apple's experience, you should only need to cast an incantation to reveal the details.
Call it magic, miracle, or trick as you like. All that I can see is a mystery that must be unraveled.
What for?
For the perfect ray of light.
When half the sun sinks below the horizon, a particular beam of light travels through the golden apple, turning into one light spot. As the light reaches the fresco, the blurred faces are suddenly illuminated. And so the miracle is recreated. So I don't get it. Why there's vines or planes coming out from the person's mouth and eyes. Not exactly sure what that's supposed to mean.
It is beyond me to explain what I am seeing here. I've examined both the wall and your skin for some time, but found nothing. This may truly be a miracle.
Gentlemen, there's a line of letters down there.
Oh, it's nothing but a Caesar cipher. I can decode this in no time. Let me see. Sub cadente fulgore, cadencia sanctuaria.
I have no idea what's that.
Under the waning glow.
Under the waning glow, the waning sanctuaries unite. Uh-huh. Knightly virtues.
I beg your pardon. What's that song those children are singing about?
Buongiorno, signorina. You look a little out of place here. Might I guess you are a traveler like me?
Of a sort. Yes, mister.
Virgin didn't change her appearance.
Most excellent. I always enjoy
The book merchant shook his head. I would assume that book merchant is from India. The strangely out-of-place merchant cleared his throat and begins again.
The famed poet once claimed that Firenze was the most beautiful and renowned daughter of Rome. I suppose it is for that that reason that many travelers come here, seeking the source of that claim, searching for the lost treasures of a fallen...
He leans in and lowers his voice.
But I hear a rumor now that people are pursuing a new target in our dear Firenze.
Could you mean this golden apple? It seems like everyone is talking about it.
Just so. It seems you know a little bit more about this rumor than you've let on. There are those that say the apple can reveal a miracle when raised before certain frescoes in the city. Since then, dark cloud for now, there are many here that seek the Complaner's treasures.
The Complaners? That's quite the unusual name. Were they singers of some sort?
They say they were a heretical cult, one that gathered in the city to sing heretical liturgies at dusk, and apparently they stashed away their relics in a secret chamber, somewhere in the Duomo di Firenze.
The book merchant pointed at the towering dome of the cathedral. The Cathedral of Saint Marie of the Flower, but the local called it the... I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. She stands in the center of Florence like a queen presiding over her kingdom.
Apparently, they would go there to perform unspeakable acts of evil, defiling the purpose of that beautiful dome.
The book merchant looks around and makes a gesture of honor. Horror.
But the rumors say the relics they've hidden there are worth an incalculable fortune. All you need to know is it's worth a lot. Enough, they say, that the one who finds it would be wealthy enough to buy the whole Firenze.
Are you serious? You're suggesting there is enough money hidden there to buy a city? That's absurd.
The book merchant strokes his beard and laughs.
How do you think the Medici took control in the first place? Money! It can buy art, soldiers, even the papacy. Compared to that...
I see. A secret chamber with treasures. I do believe I've heard this tall tale before.
Oh, have you now? Well, have you ever heard of a story where the secret entrance to this chamber can only be found through messages hidden in...
That is a new embellishment on the story. I suppose, then, that must be why this golden apple and its miracles have everyone's attention.
Brava, signorina. So, you must be one of those treasure hunters, I guess?
In a way, yes.
I knew it. But I'm afraid you have your work cut out for you. The dome is larger than you might think. This isn't something you can find searching palmo a palmo.
Then it looks like I will need some help.
The book merchant lights up as she speaks. The next second, he thrusts a delicate manuscript into her hands.
See, and this is certain to be the help you need. It includes copies of all the frescoes that reacted to the golden apple. It has a silk cover, tempera painting, and gilded edges. Buy it now, and I'll throw in a free collection of Dante's poetry. Trust me, traveler, with this, you will find the treasures you seek.
I mean, if this book is key of finding the treasures, why wouldn't the book merchant go there, go find the treasure for himself, right? So I'm assuming that he just want to scam her.
Hold on. If you've already collected all this information, why aren't you looking for the treasure? Wealth enough to buy an entire city. I have to wonder why you would pass up that opportunity.
I'm no treasure hunter, Signorina, nor do I think the life of a prince would suit me. I'm content making a living selling the keys to
The book merchant raises the manuscript and put the other hands on his chest, looking regretful.
The price is usually 10 florins, but as you are my 8th customer today, you know, in Firenze, the number 8 is said to bring good luck and eternal hope. That is why the Battistero di San Giovanni and the Duomo di Firenze have octagonal domes. So, for you, 8 florins. No, make that 5. The most detailed and useful manuscript around for just 5 florins. You don't want to miss out.
Sorry, but I don't have any money with me.
The merchant goes silent, the air between them painfully tense. At last, he slaps the manuscript down on his stool.
How could you make it all the way to Firenze without a florin on you? Ridiculous! I've no more time to spend on you, Signorina. Best you get back to your hunt.
Hold on. I heard that this golden apple could talk, and even fly in the air. It might have something to do with my missing friend. It sounds like I need this manuscript in order to find him. So, is there anything I can do for you? I can handle any issues related to magic.
So in this world, in the reverse 1999, every arcanist or sorcerer, whatever you call it, they have the ability to cast spell, right? They call the arcanist, or no, the Virgin as a special one. She doesn't perform any ability to perform any arcanist. Now, the only ability that she have is she can pass through the storm without being reversed. So he have that kind of immunity. If the organization that she worked for didn't have a technology breakthrough against the storm, Virgin will be the only one left at the end of the world. So the only things that she can do is using the gadget, or basically something that carry magic, carry arcanist or spell itself. So
We could do an exchange. My magical services for your manuscript.
She stops herself, waiting for some signal from the man. The merchant offers no trace of sympathy.
Not interested. No, go away!
That's just about everything I know about the Complaners, the secret chamber, and the relics.
I see.
The man's words are too much information for the little fruit's nerves to handle at one time.
We've gone to great effort to acquire you, Apple. Before us, you've been traded to the Palazzo, then San Marco, and even the Thieves' Guild.
And me?
The armored man kicks Leonardo roughly, sending him sprawling from the ground into the nearby wall.
Less talking, more slicing. From now on, you do as I say. Understand?
A small trickle of blood seeps from a fresh cut on Leonardo's head, but there's nothing he can do but compose himself with a bitter smile.
Si, capito.
And what about me? Do you ruffians intend to beat this apple into compliance?
We don't have to. You're as good as dead out there. Here, we might just keep note that it matters. You don't have a choice. Sir! Incoming!
The soldier falls to the ground before he finishes the word, the vines on his face turning green.
What? It's poison. Assassins! They must be on that roof!
An eagle glides low just above the cathedral before letting out a loud screech.
Is that an eagle?
Cathedral.
It's rare to see one in the city, isn't it?
Leonardo grabs Apple and runs toward the eagle's shadow.
He's here. Our
Ezio?
is here. Ezio!
Ezio! A man in grey hood jumps down on the two soldiers precisely. Two blades springs from his sleeves, penetrating their chest before they can even react. Their hearts stop before they even fallen. The crimson splash covered the ground near them. The assassin withdraws his blades in a fluid, almost casual movement, as if he had done nothing at all. He lowered his head reverently as the man dropped beside him.
Che la morte non sia crudele. Requiescat in pace.
More and more soldiers rushing through the gate of the monastery.
Radunatelli! It seems I underestimated their strength. We need to get out of here straight away.
Leonardo points at Apple, who is still trying to figure out what's happening.
We should split up, Ezio. Here, take him with you. You know where to find me.
Nessun problema, amico.
Get him! Get them all!
Leonardo!
Don't worry. He is an honored guest of the Duke of Milan. They might chase him, but they dare not harm him. But we are not so lucky. Now let's go.
Well, it seems like this apple doesn't have much of a choice. You, at least, seem more polite than my previous captors.
Apple climbs onto the assassin's shoulder. Aziel enters a sprint before effortlessly scaling up to a nearby roof.
They've gone towards the palazzo. Capture them!
You're welcome to try. Hold tight.
Sure. Whoa!
The assassin navigates the Florentine roofs with as much ease as fish through water. Soon enough, they've lost their tail.
Hey, did you see that? Up on the roof. I think I saw something gold. Gold? Is it a golden apple? Get them!
Okay. More and more citizens join the hunt. The streets of Florence have never been more chaotic.
I'm going to be rich! Rich! Get out of my way! Goodness me! I've never felt so popular. This must be what the captain... Pardon me, but would you mind speeding up a little? I'm beginning to feel a little like a turkey on Christmas.
Turkey? It doesn't matter. Speed won't help us now. They're everywhere.
Aziel casts his eyes up to the top of the tower of the palazzo.
We go up.
I think we're safe now. This apple certainly appreciates your climbing skills. No one can reach...
Alert but silent, Aziel scans their surroundings.
Don't be too confident of that. The Templars have learned to climb after so many years chasing us. They can show up on the roof at any time.
I see. Then this apple will keep alert and...
The sun hangs low in the sky, slowly sinking into the embrace of the evening glow. Scarlet clouds and golden sunlight blend into one another on the horizon, spilling onto every tile and brick of this ancient city. Beneath Aziel's feet, countless rooftops form a ray terracotta expanse spreading out the city's farthest edge. He looks down in silence, feeling like a bird gone astray.
Wow, this is truly an amazing view.
Firenze. It's been too long.
Firenze. Not far away, the cathedral, central and solemn, a towering form blurred by the golden light of the setting sun, yet not less majestic. And with the sunset, the shadow extends until it has covered nearly half the city.
That must be the cathedral. Is it really where the relics are hidden?
See, I believe so. I've spent some time searching. I've even explored its catacombs.
Aziel gazes out at the perfect arc of the dome.
Finding this secret chamber is what truly matters.
I mean, does anyone know the story of Assassin's Creed? Because I've no idea. If the Finding Relic have anything to do with the main story of Assassin's Creed 2, or it's the story they made specific for this collaboration.
Oh, I nearly forgot to introduce myself. My name is Apple. I owe you my thanks.
Ezio Auditore. But just Ezio is fine.
Of course, Ezio. This Apple is something of a visitor from far away.
Ezio nods.
Is that so? You know, you haven't gone unnoticed. I heard word of you from my allies many months ago. They've been tracking you for some time.
I was being followed. Blimey.
We might have never even known you were anything but an ordinary fruit, if you hadn't started talking in your sleep. Leonardo has told you what's going on, see? Is there anything you don't understand?
Anything? Everything! These Templars, the Complaners, the frescoes, and you, for that matter!
The wind seems to carry his voice far further than it should.
I know your friend was only stalling for time, but he all but scared the life out of me when he came at me with that scalpel.
There are many things that need explaining. For now, you need only know that these men are Templars. The war between us has lasted a long, long time. I fear it will never end.
I see. Isn't there a more peaceful way to solve this? Too often, violence only treats the symptoms, while letting the disease grow.
I wish there was, but no. Too many have died to the ambition of the Templars. Even my own.
Ezio pauses, hanging on the next word.
Still, there is wisdom in what you say. Violence has a habit of making things worse. But there is a chance now to end this. To destroy them once and for all. So that no one else must suffer.
Ezio put his right hand on his chest and bowed to Apple.
I'm sorry we dragged you into this, Signore Apple. But we must not let the Templars get the relics. So, we need to know where you stand.
You and Leonardo seem to be close.
The statement confused Ezio, who eyes Apple looking for some glimmer of intent, until at last he nods.
Yes, we've known each other for a long time.
Great. Then you have my full trust.
Hmm?
Apple clears his throat.
I am certain that Leonardo is a good person. If the history books, I mean, my intuition is anything to go by. So, I believe that one of his close friends must also be trustworthy.
Oh?
The assassin smiles.
Good to see my charm hasn't dulled. Grazie for your trust.
Before we go, please allow this apple to make a request.
Anything, amico. I am at your service.
When I first came to Florence, I was supposed to be with some friends, but we were separated. Would you help me find them? And keep them safe, if need be? Given the circumstances, I worry this city may become quite dangerous for them.
Nessun problema.
Then I must repay your grazie, sir.
If we succeed here, then there is nothing I could do that will ever compare to what the world will owe you.
This apple is only too happy to help. I'm certain the captain would be jealous if she found out I was so sought after. But this apple enjoys a little attention too sometimes.
Everyone has their moment in the sun. When the time comes, even the least of us can change the course of history.
He held out his hand.
So then we are agreed. Uniamo le forze.
The evening glow witnessed an agreement between an apple and an assassin.
Naturalmente.
I think Mr. Apple is quite cute.
For us at his workshop. Are you ready?
Ready for what? Our visit? Oh, by Jove. Perhaps I should prepare a gift first.
Ezio walks to the edge of the scaffolding with purpose. He crouched, looked down at the busy street beneath their bridge. In that moment, he looks almost like an eagle searching for prey.
Now, are you ready to jump?
From here. Down there. This apple can fly, of course, but from this height, I doubt you would survive.
Why waste time?
The wind blows past their ears. The assassin grabs the golden apple and leaps into the air with all the confidence of an eagle taking flight.
What?
The air reeks of straw and soil. They land with precision in the cart full of hay.
This apple may have experienced some anoxia during our fall.
Shh. Quiet. Don't give our hiding spot away.
Night has fallen. The man and the fruit hidden in the hay can hear the sound of the marching footstep.
Oh, you with the blue hat.
The street falls silent after that. All the people around the lady with the blue hat, including the two hiding in the hay, waiting on her reply.
Good evening, gentlemen. Is there something wrong?
What? That voice? Huh.
The encounter just beyond their hay-strewn layer continues.
I have never seen someone dressed like you before. Where are you from? What are you doing in Firenze?
I'm a visitor to Florence. Here's my identification.
The soldier waves his hand impatiently.
It doesn't matter. Tell me, you've seen a man in a grey hood pass by.
She glances over to the corner of the street. not far from view of pile of hay, lying gently rustling in the night air, looking entirely and inescapably ordinary.
Not that I know of.
Then have you seen something? Something gold?
The soldier drew something like a circle in the air, clumsily.
Ah, useless. Continuam, Overty.
The clang of metal echoes around, then fades away as the lively sound of night returns. After a while, a voice rings out softly from just outside their hiding spot.
You were right in there.
The voice hints at an unexpected reunion.
Vertin! Oh, this apple is ever so glad to see you again. If only I didn't look a right mess. Please, give me a minute.
With all the talk about a golden apple, I had a feeling I would find you here. Looks like luck's in my favor this time. But how did you get in here? Did you jump from that tower?
It's a long story.
Buonasera, signora. You have my thanks for your assistance. Is she one of the friends you talked about, Apple?
That's right. This is Vertin, a most trustworthy friend and companion.
I appreciate the compliment, Mr. Apple. And who is this gentleman?
This is Ezio Auditore, an assassin.
An assassin? Really?
Please, don't let the reputation of our name confuse you. We assassins kill, only when there is a just cause. But maybe I can explain later. The curfew will begin soon, and I'd like to avoid any further complications with the guards. My friend must be worried about us already.
I wonder if we have enough, we can make it back to the chapter part 10, because it seems quite slow on this string. We are the corrupted. It's strange, very strange sentence over there. Dim candlelight flickers over errand books and draft paper, casting shadows on the wall. Leonardo is fully engrossed within the book held in front of him.
They sang and danced to the heretics' music. Then they cut their wrists to shed blood, mixed it with air and soil, and painted the mixture on the wall. The air smelled strange. I started to laugh and dance just like they...
The door is cracked, followed by the sound of heels stepping on the old wooden floor. Despite the noises, the man doesn't steer from his book.
Blood on the wall, reborn from the ashes. Blood on the wall, reborn from the tears. Blood on the wall, reborn from the flesh.
The one who entered the room holds their steps, and all fall completely mute.
What?
Leonardo at last takes notice of the figure in the room, as it approaches him like a ghost from the shadows. Right behind him, creeping closer and closer.
Buonasera?
The ghost shrouds Leonardo and his book in its shadow and whispers to him,
Blood on the wall. I am reborn.
Leonardo jumps like a frightened rabbit, staring off the pages on the ground.
What's wrong, Mr. Leonardo? I was only reading the rest
Sotheby. So she is another friend from Virgin. Okay. She is a very good alchemist.
Oh, I get it. You were having fun reading those horror stories all alone. I understand. I do love a good ghost story.
You might have considered knocking me, Signorina.
The young lady snorts presumptuously.
Mr. Leonardo? Mr. Leonardo? Mr. Leonardo! I called your name 3 times in a row, but no one answered. How could you be so rude as to ignore your patroness? Oh, I didn't mean to scare you, but Miss Sotheby has no time to waste.
Mirincresce, I've been entranced in the words. It's a record of the Compliner's ritual. The author claims to have been part of it and escaped alive.
The ones you've mentioned before? That nasty group of gremlins that used to meet in the cathedral in secret?
See, they are also the ones who have secreted away the relics that Ezio is searching for. My messenger must have told you why I invited you to come by. Your father just confiscated some manuscripts.
Oh, I think you're mistaken. Mr. Domenico is not my father, though I am very grateful for his help.
He's not your father? But I was certain that you were introduced as such.
It's a long story.
The young lady looks up wistfully as she recalls the events.
I was wandering around the palazzo when some gentlemen arrived. As I recall, they were all members of the Decem Weary. One of them was Mr. Domenico. All of a sudden, he rushed up to me and asked if I was his daughter. He said that I had gone missing many years ago.
No offense, mia signorina, but that sounds a little like how they kidnap children in Santa Croce.
Thank you for the reminder, Mr. Leonardo. But Sotheby is a mature young lady who can protect herself. After all, I'm standing here talking to you in one piece. Anyway, he started crying about the garden he had built for her, and how it had all the rarest plants he could find. He even said he had Tahitian bridal veil, Egyptian privet, and devil's tree. So...
Fortuna certainly seems to be on your side. Now, did he give you the manuscripts? I can't imagine he would say no to his long-lost daughter.
The young lady nods proudly.
Ta-da! Miss Sotheby already took the liberty of checking them all. This one is well-crafted and has the most details. It was confiscated from a book merchant. He said...
The young lady clears her throat before she continues.
It has a silk cover, tempera painting, and gilded edges. Buy it now, and I'll throw in a free collection of Dante's poetry. Incipe menelios micum mea tibia versus.
How was that? Miss Sotheby has been practicing her Latin.
Brava! Your father would be moved to tears if he heard that.
Now that I've given you a hand, could you...
The young lady is struck by an uncharacteristic shyness.
Don't tell me you want to join.
That's right. Please let me join in your adventure. Take me to the cathedral with you.
The young lady seems to almost float with anticipation.
Mi rincresce, mia signorina, but this is not the sort of adventure suitable for a young woman. I barely survived my own encounter with the Templars. Don't presume that they will show you mercy simply because you are a nobleman's daughter. Mia signorina, I'm sorry, but I could never forgive myself if I let you be hurt. Whatever adventure awaits us at Il Duomo, I do not believe it will be fun.
There's no need to worry. Miss Sotheby can protect herself, and more than just that.
She raises her hand proudly, adopting a proud and noble pose.
I can make potions, aid in teamwork, research critters, read Latin, give orders, and even fight any villains we may find. Just let me prove it.
Leonardo may be a man of many talents, but fighting is now one of them. And soon he ended up cornered by the little arcanist.
Hooray! My screaming roots and Popeye slime worked!
Calm down, signorina. All right, please, have mercy. You can join us.
Hands on the head, Leonardo rushes toward the door, trying to run away from the little witch.
Ouch! Who could this be?
It seems like I've missed a party.
Ezio, Signore Apple! I knew you would get rid of those Templars. Oh, and you've even brought us a new friend.
Good evening, Mr. Leonardo. I've heard a lot about you on my way here. That lady behind...
As Gale hit the wooden floor again, a green tornado swooshes by Leonardo and charges forward. A heartwarming reunion. The young lady can't help hugging her friend in a swirling embrace.
You're finally here. Have you any idea what I've been through? Miss Sotheby had to attend classes and even study Latin. My teachers were even stricter than Mr. Carson.
The anxiety of exploring a new place is all at once driven away. She takes a deep breath to enjoy the moment, taking in the pleasant smell of the Tuscan air, with odd hint of citrus, and the unmistakable smell of goat cheese.
I'm so glad I finally found you, Sotheby.
us seems to have had our own adventures after we arrived. How interesting and wonderfully fun!
So, then we each arrived here in the stage. I mean, in Florence, at different times. How odd. As far as this apple recalls, the instruction book didn't mention anything about that.
So then you and your friends came here on a sort of pilgrimage. Was it a journey of discovery, or is it simply that you wish to see the beauty of Firenze?
It was only supposed to be a quick journey, but something happened along the way. Accidents, murders, and now the threat of an all-out war.
Again, I'm sorry, but we're in need of your help, Signore Apple.
What do you mean, we?
My friends and allies, my fellow assassins.
Assassins? Mr. Ezio, I need to know more about this organization of yours before making any decisions.
A straightforward request.
Va bene. I'll tell you whatever you need to know, if it is in my power to tell you. The Assassins have a long history. We do not serve kings, nor do we kill for money. We fight for peace, and for the freedom of mankind.
That's very noble of you. I imagine you face many obstructions to that goal. Am I right that these Templars are one of them?
They've long been opposed to us. They prefer to impose their vision of order on others. They will stop at nothing until they control the whole world.
If order is what they're after, this apple does sympathize with them to some extent. There is no such thing as absolute justice, but we can all do our best to pursue.
No. Nothing of what they do could be called justice. This order they believe in is only a disguise. All they truly desire is control. Their rise to power would be the end of freedom. No one would be spared.
The man furrows his brows, his expression revealing an unusual hint of disdain.
I see.
Bertin relaxes her stance, satisfied with the hooded man's answers.
Ask anything of us, we will do it for you. Anything within our reach.
All right. As Mr. Apple is already deeply involved in this, I must admit, I am curious about his change in appearance. Maybe we will find our answer to that in this secret chamber.
Grazie, amica.
Va bene. Now that we've reached an agreement, allow me to continue studying this manuscript.
I've seen this before.
Signorina Sotheby only borrowed it for us. We'll have to return it soon. So our time, let's get started and see what clues we can find.
This is most confusing. Almost every fresco has one of these humanoid symbols, each adopting a different pose.
I once read something similar in a detective story. It could be a secret code, used between close friends to encrypt their conversation, like Typhon and Orthrus.
Orthrus? You mean this might be an encrypted version of ancient Greek? The grammar doesn't seem to match.
Leonardo suddenly turns the pages, slamming his finger on his new discovery.
Mr. Leonardo, we haven't finished. Do you mind?
Uccello. It's Paolo Uccello. The copies cannot recreate every detail of the originals, but still the style makes itself evident. The perspective is perfect, and the geometric figures are so precise that it almost starts to get dull. There's no doubt. This is Paolo Uccello's work.
What's wrong, Ezio?
I know the name. My mother used to be a patron of his.
What?
I was young when we met. All I remember is that he was a shy man who kept his head low as he worked. He left before what happened to my family. Then we lost touch.
The assassin lets his eyes rest on the flickering candlelights in the corner.
I haven't seen him since.
Ezio's mother, La Signora Maria Auditore, is a kind-hearted patrona. She has sponsored many artists, myself included. I never expected Uccello to be involved, though I've heard he was a strange man. He became obsessed with his studies on perspective. Then eventually he disappeared. Not even his family knew where he went. It was declared that he died some time ago, 1475, I believe. But some claim that he is still alive, still painting, scratching out a living somewhere far from civilization.
Hold on. Take a look at the lines in the other frescoes. This bird, its lines are rougher than Uccello's. These were drawn by someone else, an imitator.
You're right. This is a counterfeit.
This apple hadn't expected an assassin to be so cultured, Ezio.
Leonardo pats Ezio on the shoulder, smiling.
Don't be fooled by his rough exterior, Signore. The Auditores were once one of the great families of Firenze. Not so powerful as the Medicis, but still.
Ezio only responds with a few coughs, indicating the topic should shift.
As Leonardo said, my mother has been a patron of many artists, including Uccello. I've seen his work many times on the walls of our home in Monteriggioni.
This is...
Leonardo jumps up, looking particularly serious.
Signore, I believe I may have discovered the location of the hidden chamber.
Goodness me! You figured that out before I could even finish the manuscript.
Mi rincresce, mia signorina. Once I begin, it is hard to stop the mechanisms of my mind.
Leonardo straightened out his hair, looking somewhat bashful.
Take a look. It's a copy of the dome's blueprint. I've never seen anything so perfect in its design. The design was inspired by the Pantheon, and Brunelleschi invented the double-layer dome on that basis.
What a genius idea! The two shells serve as a buttress to each other, so that the dome could avoid from collapsing, even at this size.
Precisely! But see here, the tunnel between the two shells is scarcely wide enough for a man to fit through. That is, except for this space below the ribs.
Which means the secret chamber has to be there.
Appunto. But it's no more than an inference for now. We must visit the Duomo to confirm it for ourselves. Ezio, you're familiar with the structure, aren't you? You've been beneath its catacombs.
I am. I have. But the cathedral will be under careful watch by the Templars. I doubt we can slip in undetected. We need another way in.
Don't worry. I have already devised a way.
Leonardo winks and smiles, which suggests a surprise.
Have you heard of my work there? The Assumption of Mary?
I mean, we're only halfway through. I don't know how far can we go from before 11 o'clock. Okay.
Is that you, Signore Leonardo? Thank God. I still hadn't truly believed the rumors of your return.
I know. There was some trouble in Milan.
So I think the priest is a ally of the Templar because they have the same religion, right?
That's why I came back, with a creative fever inspired by my pains.
The old priest gasps as if the young painter were stunned his ear.
Capisco. So, then have you come to finish the Assumption of Mary? It's been 4 years since you left. We've been careful to leave it untouched. Now, by the light of the Lord, you're finally back. We emptied the Duomo as you requested. I promise no one will bother you.
Grazie. I must get to work right away. My inspiration may fade at any moment.
But who are these signorine?
Good day, Father. I'm here as Signore Leonardo's apprentice.
And, why... I'm here to evaluate his work.
Allow me to present Father Alberto, Signorina Sotheby Domenico. She's provided huge support for my art career, so to show my gratitude, I've asked her to model.
For the Assumption of Mary?
The old priest stabs a bit of sweat off his forehead unconsciously.
La signorina is a bit young, don't you think? And not exactly how I had pictured Mary.
Who is the artist, Father? Do not let your mind be so entrenched by outdated styles. When you look for a model, you must focus on their soul, not simply their flesh. You pay too much attention to her appearance, yet neglect what's inside. The Assumption of Mary depicts La Madonna's reception into heaven, not just in body, but in spirit as well. And what do you think best captures that moment, Father?
Huh? Why are you looking at me?
Leonardo gestures at Sotheby, presenting her like a showman.
Esatto. That innocence and vitality. She may be a little young, but her spirit is perfect. In fact, it is that innocence which makes her more qualified than anyone. She will be indispensable for my work, for my inspiration, you know?
Well, then I must thank you for your compliments, Signor Leonardo.
You have convinced me once again, Leonardo. Although, something tells me that we should go deeper into this topic. Another time, perhaps. For now, I will trust in your piety and capability. Please, let me know if you need anything else.
As it happens, there is something, Father. You see, I would like to try some new perspective techniques on this work. I know that Paolo Uccello is a master of perspective. Do you have any of his works around?
See, St. George and the Dragon, one of his masterpieces.
Ah, but I have already seared this one into my mind. Have you any others?
Yes, there's another fresco in the dome, but it was suspended midway by the sponsor, the Arte della Lana. More than a dozen artisans and artists, including Signore Uccello, the chief painter, participated in this project. But none of them received a single florin for their work. Che Dio li benedica.
Oh, how terrible. Those poor artists. What happened?
This was nearly 20 years ago. I suppose it was simply too expensive. The dome itself is rarely visited. It is only natural that our money go to the central nave, where all the faithful might see it. I should leave you to your work, signore. Che Dio vi benedica tutti.
Alberto crosses his heart and leaves.
They're finally gone. All right, time to start Operation Florence Typhoon. Wait, where's the
Sotheby is still very joyful.
Right behind you.
Oh, where did you go? We're about to get started.
I wanted to make sure that there was no one else in the cathedral before we began. I believe we are alone now. We shouldn't be disturbed for some time.
It's always good to be cautious, Signorina. I should signal Ezio and Signor Apple now. They've waited long enough.
Is there something wrong, Burton? You don't look well.
I'm fine. I'm not used to the smells here.
The smells? It's frankincense. And myrrh. Those are the most prominent ones I can detect. I believe there may be some other local florals. I wonder if all the incense is meant to make you dizzy on purpose. What better way is there to see clouds and angels?
That's a clever theory.
But heavy incense can certainly be unpleasant for some people. Oh! But Miss Sotheby has the perfect thing to help!
She flings open her bag and retrieves a potion.
Apply 2 drops just inside your nose, and you should be right as rain.
Thank you.
Ah, the weather is truly lovely today, isn't it?
The golden apple basks cozily beneath the Tuscan sun.
Any sign of the signal yet?
Not yet.
A short time later, the assassin makes his way to the apple's side.
There's a window near the reaps. We should be able to sneak in through there.
Marvelous. All that's left to do is to wait for their signal. The sun is so warm and gentle right now. Like sipping a cup of fresh-made Cornish tea. Ouch! A bird! Did it think this apple was a fine-looking snack? It has letters on it. It Nava.
Let me see. It's mirrored font, one of Leonardo's codes. You reverse it to get the true message. Avanti. Action.
Oh, I see. Nothing too complex. But what about this bird?
Another of his bizarre inventions. It has to hit something to stop. You should be thankful. He's improved it from his last design. It used to fly so fast that it would knock you off your feet.
Remarkable. It is an amazing invention. If I were you, I would suggest that he take good care of all his blueprints so they might be passed down in the future.
Ezio smiles.
It wouldn't do any good. His genius may well be forgotten since he guards his ideas so jealously. He writes everything in ciphers like this. He would rather see his work burn than have someone else complete it for him. He won't worry about the future until it comes. That's just his way.
And what about you, Ezio?
The assassin looks down at his own shadow.
I am an assassin. We work in the dark to serve the light. I don't want to be remembered.
That sounds lonely. Do you mind if I ask something? You've avoided speaking about your family. It sounds like something terrible happened. Are they why you became an assassin?
It is a long story. My father and brothers were killed by the Templars.
The assassin covers his face beneath his hood and replies in a soft voice.
I was only 17. So much has changed since then. I've changed.
I'm terribly sorry, Ezio. Forgive me. I should never have brought it up.
Apple falls silent. For a moment, it almost seemed as if his golden skin loses its shine.
It's not your fault.
His eyes trace the flight of an eagle in the distance. Then he turns, and his face seems as gloomy as midnight.
It was 3 in the morning. I placed their bodies on a boat, performed their last rites, and then lit their pyre. I watched as it drifted away, the pride of the auditores. Yet I couldn't even bury them properly. All I could do was keep my enemies' names in mind. Fieri di Pazzi, Francesco di Pazzi. I took their lives. Every last one of them.
The wind blows away a painful sigh.
I don't think I've told anyone that for a long time.
I can't imagine the pain. Not to mention how hard it must have been to overcome it.
He shakes his head with a bitter smile.
I didn't. You don't overcome that sort of pain. No. I took it in and made it part of myself. I feel it again, raw and new. Every time I draw my blade, it's always there, guiding me from each target to the next.
But you said that assassins only kill for a just cause. Isn't that just killing for revenge?
Ezio looks out from his hood with a cold stare.
Revenge can be a just cause if it rights injustice. I have to believe that.
Footsteps disturb a nearby tile.
Someone's here.
Ezio grabs Apple and moves like a shadow behind a nearby chimney. Not long after, two Templars round the edge of the roof.
Cazzo! The whole Duomo has been blocked for some honored guest. Even Signore Rodrigo can't get us in. I didn't know it sunk this low.
What are we even on the lookout for? Some kind of apple? Is it related to the relics?
What now?
The other Templar reaches for his neck.
A poison arrow.
He falls to the ground before finishing the words.
What? Assassin! Assassin over here!
That should be the last one. But the Templars will be on high alert. We need to hurry.
Si, Signore. It's dusty in here. Are you sure this is the right way, Ezio?
It's the only one that isn't crawling with Templars, so it has to be.
I guess that's a good point.
Look, there's light ahead.
They find a narrow stairway after moving around the corner. A beam of light illuminates the space through the vent.
Oh, who would have guessed? A secret tunnel.
Let's go, amico.
It's clear no one has been here for a long time, yet a sense of danger chokes the air.
The brick patterning. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
The dome's bricks are arranged diagonally, layered all the way into the shadow at the top.
We call it the spina di pesce, herringbone, another of Brunelleschi's innovations. I know next to nothing about architecture, but Leonardo would say it helps to carry the weight of the dome.
That makes perfect sense. The diagonal arrangement must prevent them from shifting under the immense weight. A positively genius design. And to realize it, the bricks must have been layered with incredible precision.
Apple sighs unconsciously.
That would explain why it took so long to complete. 16 years. I'm certain it must have been exciting to witness its completion after so much time. Brunelleschi, Leonardo, Uccello. Your hometown is full of amazing people, Ezio. This apple wishes he had been born here.
Ezio turned looking over the wall.
There is no city quite like Firenze.
Like a row of steadfast soldiers, the bricks extend upward as the assassin climbs the stairs. Like silent observers over the course of history.
What's wrong?
There's something on the wall.
Several humanoid symbols have been hidden in the nook.
These appear to be the same symbols from the manuscript.
Then we're on the right path.
Look, another symbol over there.
One pursuer, 2 pursuer, 3. There's a lot of symbol. The symbols appears on the one after another, as if guiding the way.
We must be close. Avanti.
He speeds up his pace. After turning several corners, Ezio spotted a beam of light. The symbol convention was light and answer all more questions. Ezio take a deep breath and walk into the dazzling light. The blinding light slowly dims, giving way to the gentle warmth of a candlelight. When he opened his eyes again, he sees several discolored frescoes. In the middle, okay, that was too slow.
So, this is the
But they say, come, let's build ourselves a city with a tower that reach to the heaven.
These murals have nearly faded away.
Nonetheless, it appears we can rule out a biblical scene, nor does it appear to connect with any significant Greco-Roman mythology. Perhaps there's some metaphor hidden in the narrative of these paintings. And if we can figure it out, we will find our way to the secret chamber. The problem is, there are so many murals. Where do we begin?
In most cases, you view a fresco straight ahead and from top to bottom.
In this order, they seem to be telling a simple story about a group of people and a peculiar bird.
Simple and straightforward. Except for this part.
Ezio gazes at the blank area at the center of the fresco. As if by silent agreement, the faded pigments around it all keep their distance. All the questions seem to center there.
What is the meaning of this?
What is the meaning of this? My face! Why have you made it look so horrible?
Please don't worry, Signorina. This is only the first stage of my draft. I must draw out the details in rough so that you won't end up looking like an empty shell. They will help to express how you stand, move around, and exhibit feelings.
Really? Then Miss Sotheby will still look pretty, right? Once you've finished with all the glamorous colors and those adorable little angels.
In a sort of way, yes. Except, of course, that it won't be you. It will be the Virgin Mary. But other than that, you'll have everything you hope for, including all the colors and the little angels.
Hooray!
I hadn't actually thought you'd use the time to paint.
Of course. And we must take our work seriously at that. Father Alberto may show up for an inspection at any time.
I see. I notice you've used some guidelines in the background. Are you using linear perspective?
Painter's eyes light up with surprise and delight.
Caspita, I hadn't expected you to know about that.
Where we come from, mastering this fundamental concept is essential for every artist.
Cosa? A fundamental? That would make your homeland some kind of painter's paradise. Don't tell me even your snails can paint.
Oh, that would be such a delight, don't you think? I've never painted snails, but I've painted eggs. Mr. Carson once told me it was a part of your training method that...
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt. Perhaps, Mr. Leonardo, you could tell us more about your use of linear perspective. My understanding of it might differ from yours.
Con piacere.
Vanishing points, huh? I wonder if a painting can have 3, 4, or an infinite number of vanishing points. Wait, I guess they would get all tangled and messed up that way. What was I thinking?
Multiple vanishing points, waning sanctuaries. Eureka! I can't believe I didn't think of it sooner. If the whole thing is connected to Paolo Cello, then of course, linear perspective would be crucial for solving the riddle.
He turns around, excitement gleaming in his eyes as he looks at his two bewildered companions.
Do you still remember the riddle? Sub cadente fulgore, cadencia sanctuaria coniunguntur.
Could waning sanctuaries be his way of saying vanishing points?
See? I believe so. Following this logic, then for them to unite must refer to the intersection of the lines extending from the vanishing points, and waning glow naturally must refer to the setting sun.
He raises his brush, pointing toward the window.
In other words, we need to find the intersection of the vanishing points before the sun sets.
But the riddle didn't specify which painting, did it?
It must be a fresco right outside the secret chamber. Rumors say the secret chamber switch is hidden within a mysterious fresco. A fresco often consists of multiple sections. If all of them employ linear perspective,
then there will be a lot of vanishing points to follow.
The sound of the bells tolling reverberates through the building, mingling with the rising smoke from the nearby censer.
By the bells, it must be 5 already. We must hurry and inform Ezio of our discovery. We won't be able to solve the riddle once night falls. Time is of the essence.
Then it's time we take action. Mr. Leonardo, please stay here and keep Father Alberto busy while Vertin and I inform Mr.
The fog from the censer thickens.
Where have these clouds come from? I feel like I could use some shut-eye right now.
No, this isn't time to sleep. We must find... Wait, What are we trying to find?
Sleeping gas. Cover your nose. Hurry.
The two lean on each other but soon collapse onto the floor together.
Sotheby, Leonardo! Not good. This fog is getting thicker by the second.
She scrambled to get away but soon fell to the floor with the others. After an unknown amount of time, soft footsteps echo in the darkness.
Leonardo? What's going on here? Have you fallen asleep?
Their silence is a silent affirmation.
Keep on sleeping, poor lambs, and may you have sweet dreams. May the Father of Understanding guide us.
Yeah, I knew it. The priest is not a good person. Does that sleeping gas also enter the secret chamber? Why Mr. Apple is snoring?
Uccello.
Who? Where? Oh, sorry. I hadn't meant to drift asleep. It's just that so much has happened over the past few days.
The assassin's attention is fixed intently on the fresco before him.
Perhaps the bird in the fresco represents Uccello himself. Uccello means bird, after all.
So then, in these paintings, Uccello is a wondrous bird that has many followers.
A metaphor.
It seems like we're nearly there, but something's still missing. Perhaps I can take a closer look.
Apple slowly float upward to the blank area. As if in perfect synchronization, a beam of light passes through the stained glass, illuminating Apple and the blank area before him. Fervent reds, vivid greens, a panoply of new color blossomed in the light, only to fade like the ebbing tide.
You saw that too, right?
Azil nods.
There were colors. Fleeting, yes. But no trace of color is ever fully erased. Let's...
Azil wipes the blank section of the wall, then sniffs his hand.
There's a faint metallic smell.
Metallic smell? But this apple doesn't see anything on the wall that could create such a smell.
Trust me. In my line of work, I've become very familiar with this scent.
Yep. Azil means blood. There is unwavering confidence in his tone.
I do hope you aren't implying that those awful rumors that Mr. Leonardo told me yesterday are true.
Then they cut their rest to shed blood.
No.
No.
I refuse to follow this train of thought. It must be something else. Something less gory. Give me a minute. Metal oxidation, frescoes, and pigment.
A series of keywords emerge and intertwine in his mind until the final piece of the puzzle falls into place.
Oh, I've got it! Many artists in this era use pigments derived from minerals such as ochre, lapis lazuli, and chromium compounds. When exposed to moisture, they undergo oxidation, which may be the source of this metallic scent.
Apple stares at the blank space in front of him.
Yes, it all makes sense now. I've cracked the code to this perplexing riddle, and the answer shines brighter than ever before.
A deliberate pause, as if awaiting thunderous applause from his audience.
Per favore.
The assassin stifles a laugh and makes a polite bow to suggest he continue.
I can only conclude that the artist used a special pigment that's only visible under specific lighting.
Only visible under specific lighting? How? That sounds like sorcery.
This isn't sorcery, amico. It's science.
Hello. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. So we're playing Reverse 1999. This time they collaborate with Assassin's Creed, a franchise that I didn't have a chance to play before. So I may not understand some metaphor or the background story from the Assassin's Creed, but I can tell you something, at least something from the Reverse 1999. Okay, so right now we are trying to solve the puzzle to find the secret chamber from the cathedral. We and the Apple and the Azil are in front of the puzzle, which is this 4 fresco and with a blank space in the middle. Now they found that there's metallic smells in the middle. So Azil suggesting maybe there's blood or something because of there's a song or rumor about the cult. They will use blood mixed with their hair and soil to pen on the wall, which Mr. Apple reject to follow that trend of thought. So he think that maybe it's because they are using some it's the painting they are using the artist using that can only visible in certain lightning. So it's so basically Mr. Apple solved the first part of the puzzle.
Back in this Apple's timeline, I mean homeland, pigments like this are not particularly rare. But why does this phenomenon seem to be receptive to my body? Oh, I see!
Apple's golden glow grows even brighter like a small rising sun.
So this apple is no different than a kind of optical filter.
An optical filter?
As you might know, sunlight consists of various wavelengths of electromagnetic radiation.
Azil couldn't follow it. It's not a knowledge from this period of time, okay?
Waves of sunlight? I don't get it.
Reverse 1999 is gacha game, where the whole world facing a disaster, natural disaster. They still not know the root of this phenomenon. Basically, when the storm is coming, it will rain, right? And when the rain stops, the raindrop from the ground will start go up, and then reverse and erase people or constructor, building, erase that period of era. So for example, like if the storm is happening in America, they will go back to 19th century. So that's the setting of the reverse 1999. So we control the main character called Verting. She is the only person who can walk through the storm. She is not influenced by this kind of reverse effect. But other than that, okay, you got it. Now let's continue. Sorry.
Never mind that. Let's assume this pigment is only visible under specific colors of light, say red light or orange light. At dusk, when the sun is near the horizon, its rays travel through the atmosphere at a steeper angle, which diffuses the blue and ultraviolet light, causing the sunlight to appear more orange and red. A sunset.
In other words, Azil still can't understand it.
Building on this, if we use an optical filter to block out even more blue and ultraviolet wavelengths...
You may as well get to the point, Signore Apple, because you've lost me.
apple twirls excitedly in mid-air.
With the right amount of red and orange light, the pigment on the wall should become visible.
But for how long? The light from before faded in an instant.
My voice is echo? Let me test. A little bit, yes. Why? But why though? Still echo? Well, I think I have to figure out after. Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe it's the setting. Okay, I'm not doing it right now because it will take too much time to figure out what happened. Maybe it's the setting from the OBS. I will check it later, okay?
Well, that's true. Highly limited in duration, and in size too. Nothing like the breathtaking display Leonardo demonstrated in the monastery. It may require a particular angle to achieve the desired effect. However, figuring that out will take some complex mathematical calculations.
They both pose to examine the painting. The white space remains undisturbed, improvised to its observers.
So, this is Uccello's final puzzle, huh? All this has really piqued my curiosity, Ezio. What kind of a man was this Paolo Uccello?
Mi dispiace. I can't even recall his face. Though I'm not surprised by his use of riddles. If he is anything like the other artists I know. They all like hiding puzzles in their work. It's a means of protecting them from imposters. I do know he has a passion for drawing birds. That's part of the reason they call him Uccello.
You can tell from the meticulous detailing he painted them with.
Other than that, though, he was quite ordinary.
Not as lively as Leonardo, nor as eccentric as... I don't know how to pronounce his name. Sorry.
Is that so? Yet this ordinary man had a mind as vast as the universe itself. Not only was he a legendary painter, but he was also a pioneer in perspective and lighting. The perplexing puzzles he left in his works have proved an enduring challenge for scholars to decipher. Not to mention, he seems to be one of these Compliners cultists.
Ezio doesn't seem to give the accusation much weight. Reaching out his hand, he gently brushes the chipped wall.
He was also a Florentine. And it's no wonder that a Florentine can work wonders.
The fog in central nave has cleared. She awakens feeling like her body is filling with light.
Sotheby? Leonardo?
Don't hate me, please.
Verity noticed a half-open sensor on the altar table.
That must have been the source of the sleeping gas. Thank you, Miss Sotheby. That potion you gave me seems to have mitigated the effects of the gas.
I'm not tasty.
The sleeping young lady appears gripped in a terrible nightmare.
It seems they aren't going to be waking up anytime soon. There you go.
The dozing duo are dragged behind the altar, hidden beneath the holy protection of its shadow.
You should be safe here, for the time being.
Ugh, the angel's trumpets are poisonous.
I'm sorry. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Bene. Our reinforcements are in position. I understand that the Padre already took care of the rats in the central nave. You, go fetch them and lock them up.
Si, Comandante!
The rest of you will follow me to eliminate our troublesome assassin. Seize the golden apple and claim those relics. Now pull yourselves together. We can't let this assassin get the drop on us. So if I catch any of you slacking off, you're going to wish I'd kicked you off the ledge here. Capito?
Si, Comandante!
May the Father of Understanding guide... Huh?
The Templar commander noticed a slender shadow behind a brick chimney.
Who's there? Show yourself!
So I wonder what Verity can do.
Good afternoon, sir.
Because she can cast any spell.
You! Aren't you that visitor from last night?
A breeze sweeps through, carrying up the tension in the air.
Don't tell me. You snuck your way up here for some sightseeing, signorina. Prendetela! Muoviti! Flank her from the other side! She must be with the assassins! Don't let her get away!
Obviously, these tiles weren't made for running. Her foundation training didn't include any program on rooftop evasion.
I need to find Ezio and Mr. Apple, but...
The immersed stone looms ahead. The dark ventilation rays resembling the thin, watchful eyes of giant beasts. Far from a welcoming sight.
How should I get inside?
It appears you're lost, Signorina. Thieves, courtesans, and foreigners. I've always wondered why the assassins only attract the likes of you as allies.
It's not hard to side with the assassins, when the only other option is you.
Huh. You're just a band of faithless lowlifes, nothing more.
She inches backward but finds there's no more roof left to meet her step.
Do you cherish your life, Signorina? Or will you leap down like one of those suicidal assassins?
Laughter erupts from the advancing thugs. Her heart beats faster and faster, as if it might burst up from her throat at any moment. A throwing knife pierced through the commander's eye.
My eye!
Dead on. Flashes of flying blades flicker in the chaos. The Templars fall from the rooftop one by one. Just around the corner, the grayish figure stands silently like a phantom in the sunlight.
Ezio.
Follow the wall on the right until you see a mechanical bird. I placed it there to mark a hidden window. Your friend's waiting for you there.
What about you?
The assassin takes a step forward, directing his gaze toward another wave of Templars. Their armor glints coldly in the waning sunlight, forming a restless silver sea on the rooftop.
I have other work to do.
Sorry, give me a moment. I need to go to the bathroom. I wonder if my voice still echoing now. No, it's not helping. So, I'm sorry for the voice causing any unpleasant viewing experience. I will take a look and try to fix it during our next stream.
I'm so relieved to see you safe and sound, Vertin. We heard the sounds of fighting from below, and Ezio decided to check if any of you were in trouble.
Sorry for worrying you. But Ezio...
The sound of fighting has ceased for a while. The dead silence feels ominous.
I'm certain Mr. Ezio can handle it. He knows what he's doing.
The Templars came prepared today. I'll go handle them. You stay here.
Are you certain? What if it's a trap? I have a bad feeling about this. Maybe we should go to get...
You don't need to worry. I've dealt with the Templars for many years.
The assassin flicked his wrist. The cold sheen of the hidden blade flashing in the shadow. He's always ready.
This is just yet another battle the Templars will lose. Besides, you are my friends. I won't let them put you in danger.
The assassin descends to the stone step in bounding leaps. As he moves, he looks up and gives Apples a final reassuring smile.
I promise you. We'll meet again, amico.
He's a selfless man.
And exceptionally perceptive. These Templars are indeed well prepared today. I came out of the central nave because Sotheby and Leonardo were knocked unconscious by some kind of sleeping gas.
What?
The priest named Alberto was likely behind it. I've hidden the two of them behind the altar, but there's no telling how long they'll be safe there.
This is bad. We still haven't figured out the trick to opening the secret chamber. Let's hurry, and we can exchange information on the way.
Step by step, the two climb up the long and narrow stone stairs.
Optical filters. Uccello.
Yes, that's all we've managed to uncover so far. What about your side? Any new clues?
She instinctively I can't even talk English right now. She instinctively glanced over the dim stairway below them.
Nothing substantial. But combining what you mentioned about the fresco and what the father said.
Yes, there's another fresco in the dome, but it was suspended midway by the sponsor, the Arte della Lana. More than a dozen artisans and artists, including Signore Uccello, the chief painter, participated in this project. But none of them received a single florin for their work. Che Dio li benedica.
If I might speculate, I think that the fresco isn't a puzzle or the key to any mystery, but rather a reflection of the experience of the artists themselves as they were painting the cathedral.
The artist's real experience? But how would you explain this surreal-looking stone?
What if it's not a stone in the first place? Perhaps it's that optical filter you proposed.
You mean that Uccello had an optical filter too? Oh, that's smart. Even in this era, an optical filter wouldn't be impossible to make. All you need is something that reflects the light properly. For example, a small piece of stained glass. Anyway, we just need to get to the secret chamber to confirm it for ourselves. We're almost there. When did he...
The priest stands in the supposedly empty room, hands behind his back. He looked as if he had been there the whole time.
You seem surprised to see me here, Signore Golden Apple and Signorina Apprentice?
So you were working with them? Just as I suspected.
You hid your discovery about linear perspective from your friend to avoid being spied on, didn't you? That was wise.
Heavy footsteps come from behind the two outsiders. A group of Templars emerge from the shadows, pouring out like a cobweb in the dim light.
But it seems we weren't clever enough to see through your lies about emptying the cathedral.
I never lied. What a baffling accusation. All I have done is call in my dear friends who had been exposed to the scorching sun while you were sleeping on the job.
I don't understand. You seem like a respectable man of the cloth. Why would you betray your faith to serve the Templars?
I mean, Templar and priest, their religion, understand, right? Christian, so. The priest's face darkens.
Betray? I've been a Templar all along. There was no one to betray.
But isn't Leonardo your friend?
Even the closest of friends may keep a secret or two from one another, don't they? It's not so different from his secret connections with the assassins.
This truly is an era of distrust.
Ah, and speaking of our friend Leonardo and that model girl, I admit you hid them quite well. It took our men some time to find them.
Ignoring the anxious look from the young woman, the priest casually paces in the front of the fresco, admiring it as if it were any other painting.
So beautiful. I've always liked the way the lime layers peel away. Like buried sins exposed to the light. Layer after layer stripped away. It's a kind of purification.
He turns around and reverently makes the sign of cross over his chest.
Now, open the chamber if you still care about the safety of your friends.
Let me warn you. Ezio Auditore is on his way here. He will stop at nothing to destroy you, Templars.
The declaration seems to have no effect on the priest.
Ezio, you say? Oh, I'm afraid I must be the one to tell you he's not coming back.
What? What do you mean by that?
Alberto steps to the window, looking down at the red tile rooftops below.
You will find we are also quite experienced in dealing with assassins. He will find his eternal rest here in Firenze this day.
The Creed, Part 10, finally here. Blood. Some say Florence is the land baptized us. I'm sorry, I'm not fast reader.
Get it up, assassin. The old city is looking for you. You won't get away. Our orders are clear. Secure the relics and the golden apple. And one equally important command from the Pope himself. Kill the assassin Ezio Auditore.
We will help you open the secret chamber.
Vertin, we can't just... Wait. When did you figure out how to open the secret chamber?
Alberto offers a satisfied clap.
Bene, bene. It's time you shared your little secret.
Vertin.
Everything will be all right. Now, let's pay attention to the fresco.
So, is there still echo? Okay, I think I found the reason why there's echoes. But there also a problem. Because when I change the setting, they won't export game's audio. Her calm tone is mask one over swollen pool of anxiety. So you can hear it, right? The voices. So let me check.
Of course. It's how we got this far. Subcadenti fulgore, cadentia sanctuaria conium guntor.
Unknown warning glow, the warning sanctuaries unite.
Leonardo proposed that these waning sanctuaries must refer to vanishing points. And by unite, he means the place these vanishing points connect.
So we need to find where they are connected. What does the other half of the sentence mean then? Under the waning glow.
Could it be that the optical filter, I suppose that's me, must be placed at their intersection at dusk?
I believe so.
Well done, my obedient lambs. You've cracked the puzzle quite nicely. Now what follows is just some tedious work from my side.
Released from the priest's censer, wisp of fog stretch and encroach inch by inch within the small enclosed space.
This apple feels light and dizzy. Are we in heaven now?
It's that sleeping gas again. Hold your breath.
Hold my... Huh?
And seems to have stopped moving. The air is filled with heavy dose of scopolamine and atropine. The outer collar twines, twist lines, and disregard all physical laws effortlessly. I'm sorry I pronounced those two words wrong.
As above, so below. As below, so above.
Stolto. Do you think I'd give you the chance to buy time for your friends?
The priest's figure tilts and bends in their vision. Only his lips seem to remain in place.
We will bring order to this chaotic world. By straying from order, you invite your own doom. You're bound to fail.
Huh?
The sharp, clear cry of an eagle snapped the timekeeper back to awareness. The priest paces over to the stained glass window. At first, he looked anxious, but then he appeared to relax.
My memory is as poor as ever. It's nearly dusk, and our assassin is most assuredly dead. Ezio! How?
You claim to bring order, but all you do is seek control. Fortunately, neither the world nor its people will bow so easily.
I mean, right? The right moment bursts into the secret chamber. The few defeat the many in this battle. The priest lies on the ground, his pale, aging face distorted by the rippling pool of blood.
Ezio. Sei un cane bastardo.
Un assassino non perde mai di vista il suo bersaglio.
How did you survive?
You're outnumbered, assassin. There's no way you can survive this. It's better that you kneel and accept your fate. No one can withstand the order.
The bustle on the street has disappeared. Even the wind falls silent, anticipating the worst.
Outnumbered? Where did you get that idea?
Shadows emerge from behind him, flanking him on either side.
Where did they...
Leaping down from rooftops, sneaking in from the alley, the phantoms swiftly gather behind Ezio. The wordless determination in their eyes speaks for them. We work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins.
All those lowlifes you so readily dismissed. When I needed them, they came to our aid.
Impossible.
One knee on the ground, the assassin stares at the priest's trembling eyes, writhing in pain.
By every soldier and summon every knight and every Templar in this city. It will never be enough.
The assassin's hidden blade is driven through the priest's heart.
No. Can't.
But as it seemed like the priest should breathe his last, he begins to laugh.
Assassins. Each life you take brings you one step closer.
Così sia.
Entering the darkness is not a curse for us. It is our most solemn duty. An assassin does not fear the darkness any more than an eagle would fear the sky.
La fede dovrebbe dare conforto, non pena.
It closes the fallen priest's eye with undue reverence.
Requiescat in pace.
We only have 5 minutes. I don't think we can. I don't think we have enough time for another chapter, which is okay. We already finished my last stream on Twitch, so that's good to know. So I just hope that I found out the sound problem sooner, so my audience wouldn't suffer. I would say. I guess it's due to lack of communication. I'm not aware of it, and due to the fact that I don't wear headphones when I'm recording, it caused some issue. So I didn't monitor my voice is echoing. I should check my other video as well and maybe changing some setting to see if I can fix it. Okay. Anyway, I think that's all for today's stream. If you like the content, please subscribe, follow, don't forget to click the notification. I will see you next Saturday. See you soon. Bye.
September